What's going on, Pokemon Masters? PokemonTripHD. Before we get started, if you can, be sure to press that like button. Just where it means so much to me. I had to spit out my gum there because I always chew gum before I record. I don't understand why. I don't get it. But whatever, we're back with the Primal Clash scans thingamajiggy. We're here with this, and we're going to go over these cards that the Primal Clash set is going to bring to us. This is the fifth? I believe it's the fifth set in the X and Y set. Fifth set in X and Y set. So, fifth installment of the X and Y, that sounds better. Fifth installment of the X and Y set. So, we're going to go over every single card. There's 160 cards, so there's a lot of cards for us to go over. And I'm not going to mention every single card, but I recommend watching this on full screen so you can at least see every single card and judge for yourself if you like it, if you don't like it, or whatever the choice may be. I'll mention most of the Pokemon though, but the ones I don't mention, obviously they're bad. And I want to say that I recorded this twice already. The first time it was 51 minutes long. Second time it was 12 minutes long, and it was just bad. So this is the third time I'm recording this. So hopefully, I know what I'm talking about now. I know everything. I'm talking about now because this is the third time I've done this. So we're gonna get right into this. So we have the Weedle family right here. I'm just gonna mention them. You can look at them if you really want to. I'm not gonna mention them if they're bad. Like these two, they're bad. And then we have the best grass type evolution line, Trico's evolutionary line, and that turns into Sceptile. And Sceptile actually, no, I fit it perfectly and then I accidentally clicked. Alright, Sceptile has an Ancient Trait. That's what this thing is right here. The little top Ancient Trait. Many cards in this set have them, and they also have a nice little like half art or half full art. I think it's a half art. So Sceptile has the Omega Barrier. Whenever your opponent plays a trainer card, excluding Pokemon tools and stadium cards, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. So if someone tries Hypnotoxic Laser you, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. I think this is very good. Honestly, the Sceptile on the left is nothing compared to the Sceptile on the right. Also has some decent moves too. But honestly, this Sceptile is kind of gonna run this entire. If you're just judging by this, these 160 cards alone, this Sceptile can run through this set. Also, I want to mention that if you have a Trick Coin on many of these cards, it actually works out pretty well. So there's that. And then we have the Ludicolo, the Ludicolo. There's actually a better Ludicolo later on, so we'll go over that. There's these Pokemon are, nobody cares. And then we have Trevenant EX, the first EX so far. Trevenant EX, it's a decent card. I mean, it's not going to be the top cards in this set. Definitely not going to be one of the top cards, but it has an alright card art. In my opinion, it's not really the best. I really like Trevenant a lot. I love Trevenant, but this card is just, it's not the greatest. Honestly, a regular Trevenant is probably going to work out better for you than this Trevenant EX. Wood Blast could potentially do a ton of damage, but honestly, it's not going to be too good. Then we have Vulpix and Ninetales. Now, this Ninetales actually is going to be amazing in this set, because look at its ability. Each player can't play any stadium cards from his or her hand, so it shuts down one of the, hint, one of the Primal cards. Never would have guessed. One of the Primal cards in this set, this Ninetales shuts it down. So, this Ninetales is going to be pretty good. It doesn't even need to be your active Pokemon for that to work, so it's gonna be a really nice card, and it can kind of run this set if you use it correctly. Next up, we have two Magcargos. If I can press it, all right, there we go. We have two Magcargos. One of them has an Ancient Trait, has Omega Barrier, which is the same as the Sceptile. Basically, just exclude all trainer cards except tools and stadium cards. The effect done to Magcargo. It's alright. The one on the left is probably going to turn out to be like never used. The one on the right with the Ancient Trait might be good. I like this little half art. That's actually a really nice art. The one on the right has a decent attack. For 3 energies, you can potentially do 120 damage, but this is the same as Sceptile, and Sceptile has 30 more health. So, only difference is this is a fire type. That's really the only difference. Really the only difference. So, why isn't it going down? Alright, go down! Oh my Lanta, I hate Max so much. Next up, we have Torchic, and one of these Torchics has an Ancient Trait, has Omega Barrage. Now, this is different than Barrier. This is Barrage. The one on the left, really, you're not going to use that one. The one on the right, though, has 10 less HP, which kind of sucks. Same as the Magcargo. The other Magcargo had 10 less HP with the Ancient Trait. Then this Torchic, I'm trying to make him, like, even. This is, my OCD is killing me. Alright, we're just going to leave it. Has Omega Barrage. Basically, you can attack twice per turn. Even if you knock out your opponent's active Pokemon, you can still attack again. But the thing is, Claw, you have to flip a coin, and if Tails, you do nothing. So, with a Trick Coin, it could potentially be alright, but it's honestly not going to be too good. The only reason you're ever going to use Omega Barrage is for Flare bonus. If you want to do like Flare bonus and then Claw, or 2 Flare bonuses, I don't know. but it's alright. Honestly, not. It's going to be a good support card, I guess. It's going to be alright support card. Then we have Blaziken, which Torchic evolves into. This Blaziken is alright, but for 2 energies, you can do 100 damage. So that's actually not too bad. But the problem is it's a stage 2, so it's going to be hard for you to get that up. And then next up, we have the second EX in the set so far, Camerupt EX. There's not a Mega Camerupt EX, so that kind of sucks. But this card is actually pretty good. Tumbling attack is alright. You have to flip a coin though, so it's not really too great. But then for 4 energies, you have Explosive Jet. This card has many fire energy attached to your Pokemon as you like. This attack does 50 damage times the number of energy cards you've discarded. So you can do like 500 damage if you discard 10 fire energies, because you can do it to any of your Pokemon, and not only Camerupt, to any of your Pokemon. So it's going to take a little bit for you to set up, but if you combine it with Blacksmith, what is it? I think it's Blacksmith. It's not Blacksmith. What's that one card called in Flash Fire? That one card where you can attach 2 fire energies from your discard pile onto your Pokemon. If you use it with that, I guess it can be alright. It could be kind of viable, but it's not going to be the best card. You can definitely do some work though. And then next up we have Horsey and Seadra. There's a Kingdra later on that we will go over. Staryu, there's a Starmie later on, but it's honestly not going to be the greatest. Really quick, I want to mention this art. Beautiful art. Beautiful art. Alright, then we have Swampert. Now, this Swampert has an Ancient Trait, but this one is an Alpha Ancient Trait. It has Alpha Growth. Basically, when you attach an energy to this Pokemon, you can attach 2 energies instead of only 1. So you can double up on your energies each turn. And that works out really good with its ability and with its move. Because Hydro Pump does 30 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon with an added 40. Like 40 to start off. And if you use these 3, then it does 70, 100, 130 damage for 3 energies. If they're all water, that is. If they're all water. So this card is honestly going to be amazing. It's going to be so good. But the problem is it gets shut down by Sceptile. By the Sceptile card. Because they both have the same HP. I'm pretty sure they both have the same HP. But the thing is, Swampert is weak to grass. So it's going to kind of backfire it, but honestly, it's going to be a very good card, especially with its ability. Once during your turn before you attack, you may search your deck for a card, shuffle your deck, and then put that card on top of it. So the next turn, you can get whatever card you want from out of your deck, unless your opponent uses like an end or something that makes you shuffle your deck. It's going to be pretty good. The Swampert on the left is alright. For 4 energies, you can do 120 damage, but honestly, the one on the right is a lot better. It's a lot better, a lot more viable. And then here's that Ludicolo I mentioned. This one has Alpha Recovery, which whatever you heal a Pokemon, you heal double. So if you use a potion, instead of doing whatever it normally does, I think it heals like 30 damage or something like that, I don't remember. You heal double, so it'll heal 60 damage. So it's alright, but only has 130 HP, so honestly, it's not going to be too good. Splash Dance kind of stacks the attack damage, so it could potentially do some damage. But honestly, it's not going to be one of the best cards in this side. Really not going to be too good. Then, we have Wailord EX. 250 hit points. That is ridiculous. That is absolute, like, wow. Hello? 250 HP. That's, wow. Its ability is Water Veil, where whenever you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you can remove any special condition attached to it. Or all of them. Not any. Well, any, all, same thing. And its move takes 5 energies, though, and it only does 120 damage, so it kind of not going to be too good. But you have 250 HP. And this is another reason why Sceptile is going to be very good, because with one attack, only 3 energies, you can KO this Wailord EX. We can not KO. You can KO if you have a Muscle Band. But yeah, you can KO it. So honestly, this is why Sceptile EX, not Sceptile EX, Sceptile. I wish there was a Sceptile EX. Oh, I wish that. Wailord EX is going to be kind of not the greatest, because it takes a lot of water energies and it gets countered by Sceptile. Next up, we have 2 Wish Caches. One of them has an Ancient Trait, Alpha Growth, which is the same as the Swampert. You can attach 2 water energies instead of, or not water, 2 any energies instead of 1. But its attack does 20 damage to each of your benched Pokemon, so it's not going to be the most viable thing. And only has 110 HP, and it gets countered by Sceptile. So honestly, it's not going to be too great of a card. The one on the left, not that good either. It's pretty bad, actually. They're both pretty bad. Why is it not going down? Alright, there we go. It's a nice half art, though. That's a really nice half art, actually. I want to pull that. I want to pull that so bad. There's Corphish, there's a Groudon later on. Here's a Milotic. It's not going to be too good. It's going to be an alright support set, just like, not support set, support Pokemon card, just like all the Milotics usually are. Whenever you evolve this Pokemon, like on a Feebas, because that's the only Pokemon you can evolve it to, you can put a card from your discard pile into your hand. So it's pretty good. I mean, you can use up a card and then you could take it back. I don't know. It's alright. It's a good support card, I guess. Then there's Feel. Look at his face. Look at his face in these two. He's so happy. He is so happy. He's just happy to be there. He's just happy to be there. I mean, there's Celio and Walrein. Really not too good. Clamperl and Huntail are useless. But then there's a Gorbis card. One on the left is pretty bad. One on the right is pretty bad too. But it has an Ancient Trait, Alpha Growth, where you can attach 2 water energies or any energies instead of 1 per turn. But its attack only does 30 damage. So, and it only has 90 health. So it's really not going to be too viable. Really not going to be that viable. But it'll make a good bad deck because you can use it to attach water energies to different Pokemon. I'm pretty sure it can work with that. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure. Then next up we have Kyogre. Here's the Kyogre card. This regular basic card. This card is actually very, very good. It has 130 HP as a basic. For 2 energies, you can do 30 damage, and you can keep flipping the coins until you get tails, and it does, for each head, it does 30 times however many heads you get. So you could potentially do like 600 damage, or you can do 0 damage. With the Trick Coin, though, it's going to be very, very good. Then Ocean Cyclone does 80 damage, and it does 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's actually pretty good to get a lot of damage in if they have a bunch of bench Pokemon, but I don't know. I see this card being used like kind of like a, I don't know. I was going to say Suicune, but not really, because Suicune's ability is a lot better. This thing doesn't even have an ability, but I don't know. I can see it being used every so often, but it's really not going to be the greatest card. Then next up, we have Kyogre EX, and yes, it's a very small card. I can't make it bigger. I don't know. Wait, can I? No, I can't make it bigger. I don't know what it is. And we have Kyogre EX and Primal Kyogre EX. So let's go over Kyogre EX first. This is the main staple of this set. Kyogre EX has a beautiful card art. I want to mention that. Beautiful card art. It has Water Pulse. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep and does 30 damage, so it's alright. Then Giant Whirlpool does 140 damage, but you have to get rid of 2 water energies attached to this Pokemon, and then you put it into your hand. So, it's alright. I mean, if you combine it maybe with the Swampert with the Ancient Trait, it'll be alright. I don't really know. It's going to do an alright. It's going to do an alright job in this set. But, the Primal Kyogre EX. There's something later on that we'll look at that... I just burped. There's something that we'll look at later on, which doesn't count this Primal Reversion rule. So it has Alpha Growth, which is perfect because you can attach 2 energy cards instead of 1 that you usually would. So it's going to be very good in that regard. And it has Tidal Storm. You can move 2 energy cards from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon, and it does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon EX. Only the Pokemon EX though, not the regular Pokemon. Only the Pokemon EX. And it has 150 damage, so I mean that's pretty good. You can throw a Muscle Band if you want to, if you didn't attach the other item card that we'll see later on. So it's going to be a very good card, but it gets one-shotted by a Sceptile. So Sceptile, this is why Sceptile is going to just run this deck. But this card is very good. This is a very good card. It's definitely going to work out really good in this set. We have a Manaphy card. I just want to mention Manaphy because Manaphy hasn't been in many sets. And here it is. Also, shuffle your deck into your deck. That's pretty cool. I don't know how that works, but yeah, shuffle your deck into your deck. I like it. And then we have an Electrike right here. One of the Electrics have an Ancient Trait, and I don't know why these cards are so big. Oh, my lands. Alright, one of them has an Ancient Trait, and it has a half art. A beautiful half art, may I add. Beautiful. The one on the left is really useless. The one on the right's pretty good, though, because it has Omega Barrier, which just don't... It's the trainer card thing where remove all effects done to this Pokemon unless it's from a tool or a stadium card. So, it's going to be alright. It's going to be alright. Alright. And then it has Manectric, but Manectric's not really that good. And then there's Electrike. Now this Dynamo Electric, or not Electrike, Electric. I don't know what it is. I honestly have no idea. This little evolutionary line is actually pretty good. So they both have 90 HP. The one on the left is not really the greatest. It could potentially be because they both just work on flipping coins and stuff. So it's all on your luck, really. It's all on your luck. This one has Alpha Recovery though, so whenever it's healed, double the damage is healed. Has a nice half art though. It's a really nice half art. I really like all these half arts, honestly. I like them all a lot. Has Thrash, basically all on your luck, but it's not really going to be the greatest card. But Electros, 140 HP, and has an ability Energy Connect. As often as you like during your turn, before you attack, you may move a basic energy attached to one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So you can just shuffle your energies around, but you can only, or you can do it as much as you like. I thought I said only once. You can do it as much as you like, so you can just shuffle your energies as many times as you want all around your Pokemon. The thing is, it's a stage 2, so it's going to take a little bit to get set up, but it's going to be very, very good, especially with Electric Cannon. You can discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 50 more damage. So it does 130 damage, Muscle Band 150 damage. If you throw a Silver Bangle on it, it's 160 damage, I believe. So it can be very good. It can be very, very good, but it's going to be kind of hard to make it work because you can't really attach, you can only attach 1 electric energy per turn. So it's going to take a little bit to use, but yeah, it's there. Definitely there. Then we have a Nidoqueen. Surprised there's no Nidoking, but yeah, Nidoqueen. We're gonna move up a little bit, so cut off those names on the bottom. So Nidoqueen. The one on the right has an Omega Barrage and Ancient Trait. One on the left is really not that good. They both have 140 HP. Omega Barrage is where you can attack twice per turn, even if you knock out your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's very good. Has Dynamite Punch, which does 70 damage, but it does 20 damage to yourself. So kind of backfires. Even if you use that twice, you do 40 damage to yourself. So it's kind of gonna hurt you. But you can do 140 damage with the Muscle Band. You can do 180 damage. So it's actually gonna be very good. The thing is, you damage yourself, so you can pretty much get one good turn off, and then you're gonna get KO'd next turn. But yeah, it's alright, it's not bad. And then we have Tentacool, I'm just gonna mention it, really not that good. It has Alpha Recovery, only has 6 HP though, so Alpha Recovery is useless. Useless. And it has Side Shot, only does 20 damage. It's a lot better than the one on the left though, so there's that. And can I get rid of him? Tentacool is not really too good. Starmie, these are all bad. And then Rhyperior has an Ancient Trait. The one on the right does. The one on the left does not. Has Omega Barrier, where you discard all effects of a trainer card unless it's a Pokemon tool or a Stadium card done to this Pokemon. The one on the left is actually alright. I mean, for 4 energies, you can do 80 or 120 damage. It's okay. It's not the greatest. And then the one on the right, though, has Rock Wall. Any damage done to your Pokemon by an opponent's attack is reduced by 10 after applying weakness and resistance. That's pretty good, especially when this has 10 more HP than the other Rhyperior. And as Hammer Arm, you do 100 damage for sure for 4 energies, though. So that kind of sucks. And you get to discard the top card of your opponent's deck, so it's a nice little 100 damage and a little bit of a support kind of card. It's a nice card. It's kind of going to be... I think it's going to be used on, like, the bench more so than actually, like, attacking with it. But that's just what I think. Next up, we have a Medicham. The one on the right has Omega Barrage and Ancient Trait, where you can attack twice per turn, but its best damage only does... or its best attack only does 30 damage, so 60 damage turns, really not going to be too good. Really not, especially with only 90 HP. That's really not the greatest. There's a Trapinch, there's a Vibrava, and a Flygon later on. Now, we have the best card. Probably not the best card, but one of the best cards in this set. Not this one. This is Groudon. Really not that good. This does 10 damage each of your bench Pokemon, so that's why it's not too good. Then we have Groudon EX. Why is the card so small? And then Primal Groudon EX. Now, these cards are amazing, but it gets shut down. The one on the right gets shut down. Primal Groudon EX gets shut down, absolutely shut down by a Ninetales. That is why I said earlier that Ninetales is going to be very good for this set. This Groudon EX on the left is very nice because for 4 energies you do 130 damage, 100% 130 damage. You can attach a Muscle Band, whatever you need to, does 130 damage, so that's very nice. Then the one on the right, Primal Groudon EX, has Omega Barrier, where you discard all effects of a trainer card unless it's a tool or a Stadium done to this Pokemon. And there's also a thing that helps get rid of this Primal Reversion rule if you need to, and it has Galvolcano, which does 100 damage for 4 energies, but if there's a Stadium card in play, it does 200 damage. That is ridiculous. 200 damage? Like, hello? That is a lot of damage. Oh my land, 200 damage. That 2 shots anything. If you attach a Muscle Band to it instead of the other thing, then you can pretty much one-shot every single card in this in the metagame, honestly. Other than a couple other Megas, couple Choice Megas, or the Wailord EX, stuff like that. Thing is, it's weak to Grass, and it gets destroyed by Sceptile. This is why Sceptile is going to be an amazing card for this set. It's weak to Sceptile. Sceptile one-shots this thing. Sceptile is going to be so good. I have to mention, it's going to be so good. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait for this set. And it has an amazing card art too, both of them. Amazing card art. Amazing card art. We have a couple useless cards, and then we have Sharpedo EX. There's no Mega Sharpedo though, so that kind of sucks. But here's a Sharpedo EX. Honestly, not going to be too great of a Pokemon. Really not going to be too great of a Pokemon. Then we have Koraidon EX, which has Unruly Claw. Whenever you play this Pokemon from your hands evolve, when your Pokemon, you may discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Which it's a good support kind of thing, but honestly, it's not going to be used that much. Then we have Aggron EX and Mega Aggron EX. Finally, it's about time. They finally got this Mega Aggron in this game. This card is kind of blurry, the one on the left. It's not my computer, it is just the way that the card was loaded, I don't know. So Aggron EX has Steel Headbutt and Raging Hammer, does alright, honestly not the best. Raging Hammer can potentially do a lot of damage. Then the Mega Aggron EX, maybe if you attach like a Focus Sash to the left Aggron, Maybe that'll work out. I don't know. Mega Aggron EX has Megaton Slam. Megaton. I don't know. And there's also something to backfire, not to backfire, but to counter this Mega Evolution rule. Megaton Slam does 120 damage, and it's risky though, because you can flip a coin if tails, this attack does 20 damage to every single one of your bench Pokemon. If heads, you can do an extra 120 damage. So it's really like, it's a coin flip. If you use a trick coin on it, I feel like it's going to be great. But if you use a trick coin, you can't use the thing that counters the Mega Evolution rule. So it's kind of like, it's really risky. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be used too much. Maybe in like a good, bad deck kind of thing. But honestly, it's not going to be used that much, in my opinion. Probopass, useless. Then we have Excadrill. This Excadrill has an Ancient Trait. Has Omega Barrage, where you can attack twice per turn. I just burped again. No, that's dirty. That's nasty. I just ate. I'm sorry. Alright, has a Mega Barrage, but you can attack twice per turn. The one on the left is really not that good. The one on the right, though, can attack twice. Has Mach Claw for 3 energies. Does 50 damage. You can attack twice. Does 100 damage. With the Muscle Band, you could do 140 damage. Only has 110 HP, though, so it's really not going to be too good. But it's a stage 1, so it's very easy to get up. Has a very nice half art, too. This pink streaks are along here is just wow. It's a really nice card art. Really nice card. Really nice card art. And we have these cards. We have Aegislash, which is nice. I'm just going to mention it. Really not going to be too good, though. Really not too good. Then we have an Azumarill with the Ancient Trait. The one on the right with the Ancient Trait has 10 more HP than the one without the Ancient Trait. The one on the left is really not that good. The one on the right is Alpha Recovery, where when this Pokemon is healed, double the amount is healed. So it's going to be alright, but it only has 100 HP, so really not going to help out too much. Its attack does 100 damage, minus 10 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So it's going to be alright. If you can attach maybe like a, what is that? I think it's Head Charm. I think that's what it's called, where it reduces the damage done to you by 20. You can do that, and then you can have a bunch of potions, and I guess it could work alright if you do that. I don't know. It has a nice half art, though. All of these half arts are beautiful. Then there's a Gardevoir EX and a Mega Gardevoir EX. Now, they finally have a Mega Gardevoir EX, which is about time. It only has 210 HP, though, which kind of is bad. There's also something to counter this Mega Evolution rule, just like all the Megas in this set. Honestly, the one on the left is probably going to do a little bit better than the one on the right. It depends, though. Maybe if you combine it with like a Swirlix or something. I really don't know. Brilliant Arrow does 30 damage times the amount of fairy energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So that could potentially do a lot of damage. It's going to take you quite a few turns to get up a good amount of fairy energies on your Pokemon. And the one on the left does 100 damage straight up. And during your next turn, this Pokemon has no weaknesses. So that's alright. But honestly, the one on the right is actually probably better. Now that I look at it, actually studied, probably the Mega Gardevoir EX on the right is going to do a bit better. Then there's Kingdra, and there's Kingdra with an Ancient Trait. Now this Kingdra can do alright. In my opinion, it's not going to run this set at all. But it can do alright. It could potentially do some damage. It is weak to Fairy, which kind of backfires. Has Alpha Growth, though, where you can attach double the energy cards to any of your Pokemon. The one on the left, you're probably not going to use, honestly. You're probably not going to be using it. The one on the right, though, Gather Strength, search your deck for up to 4 basic energy cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. So that's actually pretty good. And then Dragon Blast, discard a Water Energy and an Electric Energy attached to this Pokemon, but you do 150 damage. That's a lot of damage. You are stage 2 though, so it's kind of hard to get it there, but 150 damage, that's a lot. The thing is, you need 2 Water Energies and an Electric Energy, so it's going to be kind of hard to like actually get those like on this Pokemon. But you could do a lot of damage, potentially. This card can definitely hurt people. Definitely can hurt people. Definitely. And then we have a Flygon, honestly not that good. Vibrava 2. Then all the normal types here are pretty much useless, except Bidoof! One time! Bidoof is not useless. Paul is not useless today. Paul has... Why is this card so much smaller? Paul has a purpose. Paul has Alpha Recovery. When healed, this Pokemon has double the amount healed. Only has 70 HP though, so that kind of backfires. But as Drench, if this Pokemon has any water energy attached to it, this attack does 20 more damage. You do 40 damage in one turn with Paul. That's crazy. That's amazing. That's so good. One on the left is really not that good. It has an interesting card art though. This half art on the Bidoof is amazing. I have to mention that. That is an amazing half art. So just wanted to mention that. Really not that good though. Then there's a Bunnelby, as you can see right here. Bunnelby, one of them has Omega Barrage, but you can attack twice a turn, an Ancient Trait. Has Rototiller, which is insane. Rototiller, like, hello, Rototiller. That's, wow. Finally. The most, like, people don't even know that's a move in the actual Pokemon games, and it's a move. It's a really nice support card, though. This Bunnelby, the thing is, it has 10 less HP than the Bunnelby on the left, but it's a really nice support card, because Burrow, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. You can do that twice in one turn. That can be really good. And then Rototiller, shuffle a card from, wow. Shuffle a card from your discard pile into your deck. You can do that twice too, or you can do each of them once. It's a really nice support card, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably use that a couple times. It's a really nice support card, really nice support card. It's a lot better than its evolution, that's for sure. Then there's an Acro Bike. We're here into the item cards, the trainer item cards. There's an Acro Bike. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand. Discard the other one. So it's kind of good, kind of not good. It just depends. Just depends. Then we have the Spirit Links. I'm going to go ahead and put them all over here. There's the Kyogre Spirit Link, the Gengar Spirit Link, the Gardevoir Spirit Link, and the Aggron Spirit Link. They all do the same thing. Basically, when you Mega Evolve or you Primal Revert your Pokemon, your turn does not end. So, yeah, that's what it is. That's all it does. I like the card outs on all of them, especially this Groudon one. That one looks amazing. Very amazing. Then we have Archie's Ace in the hole, like he's playing golf. I don't even understand. And then we have Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick, because he's a magician. They both do the same exact thing. So you can put a water Pokemon or a fighting type Pokemon, respectively, from your discard pile into your bench. Then you can draw 5 cards. But you can only use both of these cards, or either of these cards, when this card is the last card in your hand. So that kind of is a little bit bad, because you can only use it when it's the last card in your hand. But I mean, it's a very good card. If this is the last one in your hand, you're good. You're definitely good. Definitely good. Then we have the Dive Ball. Finally, Dive Ball is returning back. Search your deck for any water type Pokemon, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Very overpowered. So you get a Kyogre, Kyogre EX, Primal Kyogre EX, whatever. Then we have Energy Retrieval. You know what that does. That actually has a really nice art. You have Escape Rope, EXP Share, Fresh Water Set. Heal 20 damage from each of your Pokemon. So there's 6 of them in the set. You have 6 total Pokemon. You could heal 120 damage total if you combine all of them. Only 20 damage from each of your Pokemon though, so it's really not going to be the greatest. I guess with Alpha Recovery, you can potentially do a lot of work. Then we have Professor Birch's Observations. Shuffle your hand into your deck, flip a coin. If it has, draw 7 cards. If tails, draw 4 cards. So I mean, it's alright. I think this card will probably replace all the other what are they? All the other supported cards that are like draw cards, other than N, because N is always very good to cut down your opponent's hand. But other than those, other than N, I think this Professor Birch's Observations is going to be pretty good. It's going to be a pretty good support card. Next up, we have a Rare Candy. You know what that does. Then we have the Repeat Ball, which you can search your deck for a Pokemon with the same name as one of your Pokemon in play. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterward. So if you have a Kyogre and a Kyogre EX in your deck, then if you have a Kyogre in your hand and then a Kyogre EX in your deck, you can use this and then search your deck for the Kyogre EX and then put it into your hand. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then we have Rough Seas and Scorched Earth for Kyogre and Groudon respectively. This is their own little stadium card. So for Rough Seas, once during each player's turn, that player may heal 30 damage from each of his or her water Pokemon and electric Pokemon. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then Scorched Earth, once during each player's turn, that player may discard a fire or a fighting energy card from his or her hand. If that player does so, he or she draws 2 cards. So it's alright. It's good if you have like an energy card that you really don't need and you just want to get rid of it and draw some more cards. So it's alright. Honestly though, you're kind of going to run out of cards if you do that too much. So the one on the right is really not that good. Rough Seas is honestly a lot better. Then we have Shrine of Memories and Silent Lab. For Shrine of Memories, basically you can use any move that you had before. So if you have a Primal Groudon EX and a Groudon EX's damage does 130 damage. And actually that's not really the greatest. But you can do that. If you have a Primal Groudon EX, you can do that straight up 130 damage if you really don't want to discard the Stadium card. But I don't know why you wouldn't. Don't know why you wouldn't. So there's that. And then Silent Lab, each basic Pokemon in play in each player's hand and in each player's discard pile has no abilities. But it's only for basic Pokemon. Remember that. Only for basic Pokemon. So it's alright, but it's really not going to be too great. Then next up, we have Teammates, which is a brand new supported card, just like a couple of the other ones in the set. You can only play this card, though, if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn, like the turn right before this turn. And then if you want to use this card when you can, you're not going to use this card too much. But when you do, you can search your deck for any 2 cards and put them into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. That is so overpowered. Any 2 cards you need to. Any 2 cards. That's just so broken. That is so broken. Then we have Weakness Policy. When this card is wow, when this card. Well, I guess when this card, but the Pokemon this card is attached to has no weaknesses, so it's gonna do alright, but honestly, I can't see too much use for it. Then we have a Steel Energy and a Fairy Energy special though. called Shield Energy and Wonder Energy respectively. Shield Energy you can only attach to Steel type Pokemon. Wonder Energy you can only attach to Fairy type Pokemon. So Shield Energy, the attacks of your opponent's Pokemon do 10 less damage to the Pokemon, the Steel type Pokemon this card is attached to, before applying weakness and resistance. So that's pretty good. And then Wonder Energy, prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks except damage done to all the Fairy type Pokemon the card is attached to. So that's pretty good. It's only from attacks though, so it's alright, honestly, it's alright. Then we have a bunch of full arts. Here's the Trevenant EX full art and the Camerupt EX full art. You can look at them if you want. I really don't like these two full arts. Really not the greatest in my opinion. Then there's a Wailord EX, really not that great of a card art either. Kyogre EX and Primal Kyogre EX full art. I like the Primal EX full art. I like how you see its back, and I like how it's all golden. I like this one a lot more. It has Alpha Growth too, just like the other one. I don't really like this regular Kyogre EX full art though. You can look at those if you need to. Then Groudon EX full art looks amazing, and Primal Groudon EX full art looks also so amazing. Looks, wow, fantastic. Both of them are just wow. Wow, they're both just amazing. I like how you can see Primal Groudon's little tail behind the stuff. I like that. Behind the Primal Reversion rule, too. I really like that, in my opinion. I really like that. Then, if I can go down, there's a lot more card arts. Full art, at least. All over here. I'm going to go ahead and just bring them all up really quick, like there's Sharpedo. I like this card art. Nice blue. Nice blue color. There's Aggron and Mega Aggron right there. I like the Aggron EX full art a lot more than the Mega Aggron EX full art, in my opinion, though. Honestly, I have a weird opinion. I don't know. Then here's Gardevoir EX and Mega Gardevoir EX full art. They're alright. Then we have Arcee's Ace in the Hole and Maxie's Hidden Ball Trick full arts. They look very nice, both of these two. They look so nice. So nice. So nice. Then we have Professor Birch's Observations full art and Teammates full art. Both nice cards, I guess. I like the green in the background on Professor Birch's Observations. Then we have the secret rare cards. As you can see right here, 161 out of 160. Dive Ball. Only difference is that it's golden. That's really the only difference. At the top it's golden. Enhanced Hammer, same thing, 162 out of 160. Only difference is that it's golden. That's really the only difference. So we have a Switch, 163 out of 160. It's golden. Amazing. It's golden. Wow. And then we have the Golden Weakness Policy, 164 out of 160. So there's 4 secret rare cards. So I think that's pretty nice, in my opinion. It's very nice. So that is this entire set. Also, I forgot to mention, in the Japanese set of this, it was actually 2 different sets, so that's why there is, what am I trying to say? That's why that's why, I don't even know, that's why there's so many cards in this set, because in the Japanese set, it was just like, there was a lot of cards, there's 2 different sets, that's why there's a lot of cards in this set, because the first time I saw this set, I was like, there's 160 cards, hello? That is way too many cards. But in my opinion, I really recommend going out and at least getting one of these, getting a couple packs or so. Just try your luck, because I feel like the pull rate for these cards are going to be really high. I feel like you're going to get like an EX or a full art or a secret rare in like every couple packs. So honestly, I recommend getting, well, not every couple packs, maybe like every 5 packs you're going to get one, because honestly, there's a lot of good cards in here too. A lot of half arts that look beautiful, look so beautiful. So I really recommend going out, getting a couple packs if you, once it comes out. It comes out February 4th. Once it comes out, I recommend getting a couple packs, couple cards, whatever you need to. But that is my take on this set. Let me know down below what you think about this set. Personally, I cannot wait. I'm definitely gonna get myself a booster box or 2, and as soon as this set comes out, you can definitely expect some TCGO on the channel, because I love TCGO. I haven't played TCGO in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks now, but as soon as this set comes out, I'll definitely play it a lot. So that is it. Also, don't forget to leave a like down below if you enjoyed it, especially if you watched this entire thing. Let me know how you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video. That is all. Until next time.